Good morning, everybody. SoCalsabre here, and today I'm going to be giving you a look at Holland 44 set up and gameplay started. I just wanted to give you, and then through periodically after turns, I'll give you a update on how things have been going. I've set up for the 11 turn short scenario, and as you probably know, September 17th, 1944, this operation kicked off with the combined airborne between the U.S. and the British and ground forces and the Polish. They were in there also, a few Canadian forces, but mostly the British and Americans. And they wanted to come through here. I'll show you what's going on day one as I move the camera up a little bit. It's kind of hard. But as you can see down here, there's in this area here, this is 30 Corps, the British 30 Corps. And their job is to try to get through here and get all the way up the highways to Arnhem. I believe it's Arnhem. And then what they would do is then what they wanted to, that would give them a route to attack Germany. And they figured if this got done that the war would be over by Christmas. And if you know the history of it, things didn't work out as well as they had planned. So anyway, in turn one of I only did turn one of the Allied turn, and then I says, I think I'm going to show you what it is. So down here, the 30 Corps, these two tanks here, they fought a battle right here, and they eliminated this. Well, this guy didn't get eliminated. The one that's under the disruption marker, and this guy, they both retreated. Okay, there was another battle here, and this German unit, he was down here, fought these guys, and then he got retreated. That's why he's got the disgruntled marker on him. They did use both of their artillery units, but they got a real problem here because there's 5 bridges across this canal. I forget the name of the canal. I should learn these things so I can tell you better. And 4 of them, this one, this one, this one, and the one over here, the British blew. So they were destroyed. So our only avenue is to get up here. There are a few units, these engineering units, that can repair bridges, but they don't have the time. Plus, the Germans are all along this line here. And so we got a bottleneck to try to get up through here. This is going to cause us some problems, because there is a step called traffic markers in the German step where they can start putting things in here to slow this down, slow their movement down. So that's where we are with them. And that's 30 Corps trying to make their way all the way up to the north end of the map, if they can. As you can see over here, there's places for tracking over there. And I have over on the left, these are replacement charts, or turn reinforcement charts, not replacement charts. There is a thing called replacements. Okay. So if you see me pausing, it's because I'm trying to move the camera so you can see a better thing of what's going on here. Okay, we're going down a little bit further north. This is where the 101st Airborne landed, down in this area down here. And as I was talking about the bridges, the Germans had been in Holland for a long time. And so they knew the layout of all the bridges, and they had all of the bridges wired to blow. So part of the job from these airborne units, the 101st, the 82nd, the British 1st, was to try to capture these bridges so that these guys can get up through here. 101st had some luck here. They were able to capture this bridge right here before the Germans tried to blow it, but they were unsuccessful. They made a couple inroads. Over here, this guy got retreated. These disgruntled markers means that they have restrictions on their movement and so forth. They also, up here, hard seeing me, huh? Okay. They captured another bridge. So the 101st has done a real good job up in this area so far. But they got, trouble brewing because they got these unknown. I don't know if you can see these down here or not. Right there, there's 3 unknown units. There's a couple unknown, and there's a few units over here in Boxville. But they're not too worried yet, because in the first turn, first German turn, they're restricted to tactical movement, which means 2 spaces. And it doesn't matter what the terrain costs are for them, they get to go through them. So that's where the 101st was working down in here, while all of this was all going on simultaneously, while all this was going on down south also. So we're going to move up a little bit further and take a look at the 82nd Airborne. Okay, the 82nd Airborne, they landed over here in the eastern part of Holland. They're a little bit further up midsection to try to get a hold of these bridges and so forth. They weren't totally successful here. They got down here. They eliminated the German unit that was down here, but the German unit blew the bridge. So they're going to find alternate ways. But there are alternate ways. They were successful over here in getting this bridge captured. That's the Grave Bridge. And it couldn't be blown in turn 1 unless the Allies couldn't capture it. But they did. The 82nd did good. The 82nd's got a little bit of a problem. Over here, let's see if I can point. Boy, it shows on the camera, but you can't see it. They're right here below my finger. This is the 406 German Division. The 82nd was kind of worried how many units were going to be coming out of here. And on the gameplay, each turn the Germans get to roll the dice, and that tells them how many units come in. By turn 4, they're all in. So the 82nd could get trapped in here because there's 4 unknowns up here also. And you never know what the strength of those could be. It could be nothing, a garrison unit, or it could be, a fairly strong one. So the 82nd's got to be careful. You got a guy here in full retreat, the British do. So that was the 82nd. So now we're going to take a little bit, go up to the northern end of the map to take a look at the British 1st Airborne. Okay, the British 1st Airborne. I wonder if I will turn this. I would have put something on there like a marker, and I'll turn this around. It's a little bit easier to see. Okay, they landed up in this area, these 3 landing zones right up in here. Then on their moves, they did make some progress, and they got this this one German unit in retreat right here. That's about it. But what they did is then they went up and set up a perimeter up here in the north, because pretty due north. They want to protect these drop zones for future drops coming from the 1st Airborne. So that's part of their goal. You can see they got some units out here, but most of these divisions that were out here, they're not real strong divisions, because they had been fighting a lot during the war and they were kind of beat up a little bit. So they were sent into Holland to kind of rest and rebuild and so forth. There's a lot of things going on in this game. It's taken me quite a while of learning. Even the first turn with the Allies, a lot of referencing the rule book. I wish I was 30 years old again and not 74 with this memory of mine. But anyway, I'm enjoying it, and I'm really going to take the time this time to really learn the details of this game, because as I said before, Mark Simonich has a series of games, Ardennes 44, which I played, but I forgot how to play it, and Normandy 44 and other games like this that use a lot of the same mechanics. So if I really get a handle on Holland 44 now that it's up and going, maybe I'll have a lot easier time. But that was where we stand at the end of the Allies turn 1. So please go down there and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Help me out, help the channel out, and push it out into your social media channels. This is SoCalsabre. I'll probably visit you again, probably maybe at the end of turn 3 to give you an update on what's happening in turn 3 or 4, most likely 3, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So until you hear from me or see me again, this is SoCalsabre saying, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.